gonna say Spy Family was my favorite anime of the year, but Spy Family was my favorite anime of the year. I'm gonna read the manga because I hate myself. Besties, welcome back to my floor. Yeah, let's ignore the fact
there's
that
a Christmas tree.
I'm in the same setup as I was for the last video, and from looking at me, it's probably quite obvious I consume a lot of anime. Love anime, and I do watch quite a lot of it. This year, not so much. I think last year I got through about 30 different shows. This year is about half that, just because I've been so just busy and consuming other forms of media away from anime. So yeah, as usual, I like to go through and rank them. I did this last year and it was so much fun. I thought I'd bring it back this year. So what I do is I compose a list of all the series I have either started or I am watching currently, and I tell you if I recommend them or not, because that's what good friends do. So I'm probably going to offend some people in the process of this. If I do, I'm so sorry. This is my personal opinion, mine and mine only. If you disagree, please leave it down in the comments. I would love to maybe not start a debate, but start a conversation, see if I'm missing something or if I should rewatch something next year. I'm also always looking for recommendations, so be here to like and subscribe, and I can talk about what I should watch and what you guys recommend next year. We can have a watch party or something, like, it'll be so cute. The category is 10 out of 10, so this is like my favourite, the ones I would most definitely recommend to my friends if they were ever asking. And we have to like it, self-explanatory if I liked it but I didn't love it. Meh, like, if I enjoyed it, but I probably wouldn't watch it again. Fine. Like, I enjoyed it, but like, it's not my favourite, but it's not bad enough to be considered as a big fat no, because big fat no is like, no one should watch this. Like, you don't get recommended. If I like something, I like recommending it to my friends. So the first one we're gonna pop in is Blue Period. Blue Period I watched all the way back in January to February and I fucking loved it. I think I literally binge watched it in the space of like a week, if that. It was right when I had COVID and I was in that stage where I'd stay up till like sunrise drawing in bed. And if you want a creative anime, I really recommend it. I wouldn't put it in the 10 out of 10 category just because I don't really remember it that well, which I know is silly justification, but we're gonna pop it in the like it section for now. Just for now, we might move it later. Next up is Miracle-chan. I wasn't a fan of this. I felt like it was very slow moving for what it was, and some of the things that it spent quite a few episodes on probably could have been condensed into smaller episodes, and it just felt very slow moving for what it was and only really started to gain traction in the final few episodes. And I'm not really sure if this has been renewed for season 2. I personally just didn't really get into it. Like, I watched it for the sake of watching it because like I like to finish something once I've started it, and I was like, I don't know. I'm gonna put that in the fine category. Again, I'm probably gonna move this at some point, but for now it's gonna go in the fine bit. Oh, I get this wrong. I'm just gonna put life lessons. Listen, at the end of 2021, everyone was like, oh, you should watch it, it's really good, it's really funny. It's just, no. That's going straight in the no. Like, no justification, straight up, no. I did not enjoy this show. I did not think it was funny. There were bits. I love the juxtaposition of him being horribly depressed and working on a kids show. However, like, this show did nothing for me. I just did not enjoy it. I just didn't like it. There were no characters that really stood out for me, and like all in all, it's just a big no. Nana broke my heart. I was heartbroken. I watched all of the anime. I think it took me several months. I watched it and then I stopped and then I rewatched it. And like when I rewatched it, I literally think I watched half a season in 2 days. Like, I know what happens in it and I'm really not excited. I'm gonna read the manga because I hate myself. Just because I loved it so much. It's not something I would typically watch, but I feel like this is what baby Beth, like when she was like 14 or 15, if she would have known this existed, would be all over it. This is like my Wattpad fantasy when I was a little baby. Little baby emo, I mean, not like an actual physical baby because that would have been weird. But I loved it. Like, I really, really loved it. It feels very profound to me. Like, honestly, I feel like, you know, the TikTok where it's like, well, that's gonna be my personality from now on. Next up is the anime I have been waiting for all year and admittedly have only watched 3 episodes of. Tokyo Mew Mew Power. I grew up watching this. This was my shit. When I was younger, literally, I used to wake up an hour early for school. I'm talking like when I was like 8 or 9. I used to wake up an hour early for school so I can watch this on Pop Girl. The original means so much to me, so seeing the new version come out, I was so hyped. And I feel like it hasn't really got the response it deserved, which makes me so sad. Like, I expected the whole magical girl community to go absolutely buck wild at this. But again, I've only watched a few episodes because this came out as I moved into my new house, and I'll be honest, when you're moving house, you kind of forget to watch things, and for the longest time, you could only watch it illegally because there was no way to watch it like on Funimation and that kind of stuff. I don't even know if you still can watch it legally in the UK, so I haven't really watched it, but I feel like I can't fairly judge it. To go with it, Sailor Moon. I have literally been watching Sailor Moon for 5 years, and I think it started in 1997, and I think I'm barely up to the episodes from 2000. I need to be in a certain mood to watch Sailor Moon. I will only watch it if I can give it my full attention. I refuse to have it on as a background show. I love Sailor Moon. I convinced myself, I'm like, oh, I don't like it that much, and then I watch one episode and I'm like, Chibi Usa. Chibi Usa is me. I love Sailor Moon. Again, Sailor Moon will always be a series I recommend to people if you've got the time. I'm watching it from the original because, again, I hate myself and I wanted to get the whole feel of the show from the 90s animation standpoint, and it's one of my favourites. I'm still making my way through it, but I do love it, so I'm gonna have to pop it in the 10 out of 10 series. I feel very bad leaving the remake of Mew Mew Power below it, but it's true. Next up is Romantic Killer. This is, right, Netflix I feel like is known for butchering anime, and like specifically in the live action genre. But when it comes to them actually making anime, it's really good. Like, this, I feel like, was a genuinely good take on the anime. Typically, when they make anime, they try to make it more kind of westernized, which kind of doesn't work sometimes, but this felt like a true representation of what Japanese anime is. I don't know, I'm pretty sure it might be based on a manga. I could be wrong, or something from Shonen. But, I really enjoyed this. I felt like it was talking to me because the premise of the show is this girl cannot play video games, eat chocolate or see her cat until she falls in love with a guy. And honestly, again, I binge watched this so quickly. Absolutely loved it. This gets a 10 out of 10. I mean, does it? I'm gonna pop it in the like it category again because I liked it, but I don't feel like it is a classic. But it is something I'd recommend to my friends. Chainsaw Man. Now I'll admit, I've seen 2 episodes of Chainsaw Man. Why? Because it's a little bit too gruesome for me. I watched it with Joe when it very first came out. like the day of, and I really enjoyed the first episode, but it did make me feel a bit sick. I'm not the greatest around blood, and it freaks me out a bit. I used to be fine around it, but like growing up now, like I have a lot of very negative relations with it. Like it freaks me out a bit if I'm looking at it, and like the fact that there was so much gore in this. Like I'm aware it's not the goriest of anime, however, for me it was like my level of gore. I was like, no. But I do want to watch it purely because I keep getting TikToks of characters coming up and people cosplaying it, and I think the story's really interesting. From an outsider's perspective, it does kind of remind me of Bungo Stray Dogs, but I feel like I'm going to be very heavily criticised if I say that. So, I think I'd put this in the meh. I don't know. I'll put it in the meh purely because I liked it, but I don't think it's something I could continue watching. I'm not sure. I may eat my words. Inuyasha. I was tricked. Netflix said there were like 30 episodes. It's like, okay, cool. Short anime, I'll watch it while I'm sewing. There are so many fucking episodes of this. And I didn't know until I watched all of the ones available on Netflix, and I feel like I need to watch the rest. But I didn't really like the series that much. I thought it was good, I thought it was fine. I understand people really liked it towards the end. So I got about 30 episodes in the space of 2 days, which again is crazy, but keep in mind I was sewing, this was my background show. I didn't really enjoy it. I will probably continue it, but as a background show, as like an actual show to keep and watch. I don't know, maybe. I think I'm gonna pop this again in, I don't know if this will be a meh or a like it. We're gonna go with meh for now. Me and Joe started watching this a while ago. We've only watched a couple episodes, but from what I've seen, it's really funny and I really enjoyed it. I should have added in all the movies I've seen this year. I didn't even think of that. Mob Psycho, I liked again. I'm gonna pop it, I think, in the meh section, just because I haven't really seen that much of it, but from what I have seen, I do like it. Demon Slayer Season 2, which is the city arc. No, that's not what it's called. The district arc, I can't remember what it's called. Not the train arc with, not the train arc, like the one following it, which came out last year. I have a love-hate relationship with Demon Slayer. I've said it before, I like it, but it's not something I will actively go towards. I only really watched it because I knew I'd be filming this video and I wanted to catch up. I am really enjoying season 2 now that I'm watching it. But again, it's something I watch because it's out there, like it's not my favourite. I don't watch it and I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. Theme song, beautiful. My favourite is Zenitsu, obviously. But like, it's not something I would actively buy something for, like a Funko Pop or a t-shirt. I don't know. I'll put it in the fine category. You know, I'm watching it, but like, it's just kind of there. Monthly Girls, right. This kind of breaks my heart a little. Monthly Girls came out in 2014. They have no updates to renew it or bring it back. I believe this again was based on a Shonen Jump cartoon or something. I fucking love this. I recommend this to everyone. This is arguably one of my favourites that I've watched this year. I loved it so much. I recommended it to everyone. Like, it's just, there's something about it that I just loved. Like, you knew the main characters were going to end up together, and you hoped so much. Does it happen? Maybe it did, maybe it didn't, but like there were just so many things that happened in it that made me genuinely laugh. And like, I laugh at everything, but like this was full on like belly laugh. Like, I thought this show was so sweet and so funny. I loved it. Monthly Girls gets a 10 out of 10 from me, considering putting Romantic Killer on 10 out of 10. Yeah, fuck it. Romantic Killer, you're getting moved up, bud. You're going up to 10 out of 10 as well. And then maybe Blue Period. I don't know, Blue Period might be moving in a little bit as well. Next up is Smile Down the Runway. I will admit I got Smile Down the Runway and Dress Up Darling confused. So I intended to watch Dress Up Darling and I accidentally watched Smile Down the Runway, which were both recommended to me at the same time, which is how I got messed up. I did enjoy Smile Down the Runway. It felt very motivating to me because obviously the whole series is about people trying to break into fashion in different aspects and kind of becoming friends with people who are their driving force or their rivals, and I love that aspect. I thought it was a really cool take on trying to break into industry where you're not directly competing against the same people, but you will want everyone to be successful and you're like stood in the corner cheering for them. Oof, you know, that kind of stuff. I did enjoy it and I will probably continue to watch it, but it was not my favourite. You know, I watched it and then I dropped it and then I came back to it for a little bit. It was fine. I don't know, I just didn't really connect with it. I'm gonna pop it in the meh. I think I'm gonna move Mob Psycho. Yeah, we're gonna move Mob Psycho up to I like it. And then we're gonna move Blue Period up to 10 out of 10. Because this movie, I feel like this series, I don't give it enough credit, but it really sparked my love for drawing when I was in quite a deep space, quite a deep dark, just like not happy spark, and it really made me want to create and draw, which is really good. So 10 out of 10 category starts look pretty busy. Let's hope I hate, oh, I was gonna say let's hope I hate the last two. Listen. I'm not gonna say Spy Family was my favourite movie. Oh my god. I'm not gonna say Spy Family was my favourite anime of the year, but Spy Family was my favourite anime of the year. Me and Joe have watched it and there's so many just things from it that brings me so much joy. I love Anya, I love their dog, Bond. Anya makes me laugh every episode without fail. It's the little dumb smile she does. I relate to that, I do that so often. The little, I can't even do it. Yes. And like ooting, just so sweet. I love it. Like, I feel like everybody was excited for this because the manga was so well received, and the last kind of year and a half where it's been rumoured and like revealed in trailers, the hype's really built up, and I feel like this show really lived up to the hype, which is so exciting. I know sometimes they can fall short and it was kind of like a Spy Family versus Chainsaw Man kind of thing, but I feel like those two have been like the big releases this year and they really come out strong, which is so cool to see. However, I love Spy Family. It makes me so happy, like it just does. What I'm watching is the new season of My Hero Academia. I fuck with My Hero, I love it. It is my favourite like long series, I would say, and I know it has a lot of faults, but for me it's just something I really love. I am absolutely loving the new series. It is heart-wrenching. It is like, ooh, like I know what's gonna happen. I know what's happened because manga comes out a hell of a lot quicker than the anime, but I love it. Like, I think it's great. I know lots of people don't like My Hero, but for me, My Hero is one of my favorites. All in all, this is my final ranking. Let me know what you think. I don't think I'm gonna change any, just looking at it. I do feel like I was quite harsh on Demon Slayer, but for now, I'm gonna go and hide from the haters who probably hate me because I put their favourite anime in the bottom. Again, let me know any subscription, any ideas or things I should be keeping my eye out for, giving a little watch. I always love recommendations, so please like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, comment. Let me know if you disagree or you agree with my list. So, bye besties. Bye.